Now, the Treasurer insists Australia is not heading for recession, but admits the challenge of inflation will get worse before it gets better. Chalmers was the keynote speaker at Australia's Economic Outlook, hosted by Sky News and The Australian.
The newly appointed Treasurer revealing where Australia's economy is heading.
In my view, there's no use mincing words when it comes to this inflation challenge, which will get worse before it gets better.
A day after the RBA raised interest rates by 50 basis points to 0.85%, Chalmers admitted inflation is here to stay and the rate of inflation will be significantly higher than 5.1%. But he dismissed concerns Australia is heading for a recession.
What would have to occur for us to fall into recession? What are you trying to avoid as Treasurer?
That's not on my list of fears for our domestic economy. You know, I as I said at the end of my contribution before, you know, I genuinely believe that we have, certainly in the medium term, more opportunities than challenges.
This was backed up by Business Council of Australia CEO Jennifer Westacott.
I agree with the Treasurer, though. I don't think we believe that we're heading for a recession. We've got to do something about those labour shortages because they will slow activity down, not speed it up. And we've got to get out of this sense of, oh, well, that's going to push wages up. Well, it might in some sectors, but over the short term only. And ultimately, that just starts to cannibalise our capacity to kind of grow our way out of this.
The conference also heard we're heading for a housing rental crisis.
At the moment, we're looking at a rental crunch that's coming. You know, rental listings are at a 10-year low. Rents are going up and up and up, and that will affect people who can least afford it.
Australians are feeling the pinch of the energy crisis. The Australian Workers' Union wants the government to follow the UK and implement a windfall tax on mega profits.
In Australia, we are the world's largest exporter of gas and we pay some of the world's highest prices. So we have, for many, many years, called for a reservation policy. The crisis that we have now is so severe and I believe is going to run for so long that even more drastic action has to take place.
Gas giant Santos backs the windfall tax.
There's this tsunami of pressures that make it harder to bring new supply on. We have got more than 100 years of gas beneath our feet on the east coast of Australia that can provide that low-cost gas, again, that we had for 30 years or so here on the east coast. We've just got to drill it.
The panellists taking part in Australia's Economic Outlook also debated the wage crisis, worker shortages and the rising cost of living. But despite the challenges, the Treasurer believes there are reasons to be optimistic.
We do have a whole range of things going in our favour and we've got cause for confidence in the medium term and in the longer term.
The Treasurer told the conference he will hand down his budget in the last week of October. Gabriella Power, Sky News, Sydney.